This video is provided by Carrier Enterprise, your complete HVAC distributor. Servicing on HVAC equipment should only be performed by licensed HVAC contractors. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the refrigeration circuit and the state of refrigerant as it travels through the refrigeration process. To do that, we're going to be looking at the refrigeration circuit of our Carrier Toshiba ductless split heat pump system. We'll look at it in both the cooling and heating operation. Let's look at the cooling operation first. As refrigerant leaves the compressor, it leaves the compressor as a high temperature, high pressure gas. This gas will travel through our four-way reversing valve and be channeled onto our condenser coil, which in the cooling mode will be our outdoor coil. As this high temperature, high pressure gas travels through to our condenser coil, air is pulled across the coil, removing heat from the refrigerant, allowing the refrigerant to cool to the point that it condenses back into a liquid. This process is called the subcooling process. The refrigerant will leave the condenser coil as a high pressure, high temperature liquid. This liquid will then travel on to our metering device. As this high temperature, high pressure liquid enters our metering device, it will leave our metering device in the way of a low pressure, low temperature liquid gas combination as droplets of liquid refrigerant. These droplets will enter our evaporator coil, which is our indoor coil in the cooling mode. As air passes across the evaporator coil, these droplets of liquid will absorb heat and flash off into a gas. This absorbing of heat is called the superheat process. Refrigerant leaves our evaporator as a low temperature, low pressure gas. This low temperature, low pressure gas now travels back to the compressor, and it will repeat this continual process. Now let's look at this process in the heating mode. Again, the refrigerant leaves the compressor as a high temperature, high pressure gas. It will now be channeled through the four-way reversal valve onto our condenser coil, which in the heating mode will be our indoor coil. And again, as this high temperature, high pressure gas enters the indoor coil, air is passed across the coil, removing heat from the refrigerant, allowing the refrigerant to condense back into a liquid, which is our subcooling process. This high temperature, high pressure liquid will then travel to our metering device, enter the metering device as a liquid, leave our metering device as a low temperature, low pressure liquid gas combination. These droplets of liquid refrigerant will enter our evaporator, which in the heating mode will be our outdoor coil. As air is passed across this coil, these liquid droplets will absorb heat, boil off into a gas, and leave our evaporator coil as a low temperature, low pressure gas. It'll travel back through the four-way reversing valve and continue on its way through the accumulator and back into the compressor to be compressed, again repeating this continual process of refrigeration. This video was brought to you by Carrier Enterprise, your complete HVAC distributor. We carry a full line of Carrier, Bryant, and Payne equipment. For more information or to find a location near you, please visit carrierenterprise.com.